Welcome, dear Thriver to Thriver TV, and I am thrilled to be back from the holiday and the New Year break. And I'm so excited about what we're going to be sharing in 2023. And I hope everybody had a refreshing break and that, you're really ready for this incredible year that we're going to be sharing of healing and thriving and expanding together. Today, I wanted to start off the year by talking about one of those dynamite topics that can be so confusing and it's so vital. And it's no contact. And what is the truth about no contact? And I wanted to make some notes about this today because it really is a very important topic. And it's one that there's subtle points to it. It can be very hard to understand. It can be even more difficult to execute it. And many people will struggle with it. Maybe you've struggled because you didn't know how to set it up the right way. Or maybe you haven't understand the deeper emotional, energetic component to it. Or maybe you think because I have to co-parent with this person, or I share a business, or I'm still going through court cases, that no contact isn't possible. And maybe you've got modified contact details a little confused, and you're not quite sure of how important no contact is within modified contact. Or maybe even after studying everything that you can about no contact and you think you've got it set up the right way, you're really bamboozled because you think, well, why can't I hold it? Why do I keep breaking it? And why does this happen? Most people break no contact. How can you get empowered so that you don't? These are the kind of things that I really want to help you get straight with today. And to help you do that, we're going to start off with the basics. But before we do that, I just want to remind you, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. Also hit the notification bell so that you'll hear about every new video that I do. And if my material resonates with you, please make sure that you like and you share it so that we can spread the word that you don't have to just survive narcissistic abuse. You truly can heal and thrive from it, because that's a message I'm really passionate about, helping people understand. All right, so the basics of no contact. What does going no contact mean? Most people know that that means that you block the narcissist in your phone, your emails, you don't answer the door to them, you don't have any direct communication. And this is super important as your starting point. And why is that? The rule of thumb with no contact is if you touch poison, you get poisoned. And the narcissist in your life is poison because they know how to hook you, trigger you, and communicate with you in a way that is going to get you to react and feed them narcissistic supply, which means your intense emotional attention, because they know how to get you keep trying for understanding, care, love, closure. They know how to get you to try to get their repentance, their apology, their validation of what they did to you. They know how to keep you hooked in with you trying to hold them accountable when they refuse to be accountable. They know how to incense you by twisting the blame and telling you it's all your fault and accusing you of doing the things to you to them that they actually did to you, and so on and so forth. Now, from our normal human viewpoint, we can keep going back in trying to get some soul peace, some sanity, some something. But from the narcissist viewpoint, they never have any intention of providing you with that. They simply want your intense emotional energy that grants them the significance of, look at how important I am to be the center of somebody's universe, and they can't move on because I am so significant. That's the name of the game. So it equals how to lose for us to try to stay connected to that person in any shape or form. You're taking poison, you get poisoned. So it's not just about that physical, literal contact. And a lot of people may think that no response or not responding to a narcissist or not making contact is no contact. It's not. It's only a part of it. No response is not no contact. Let's go back to the understanding of, if you touch poison, you get poisoned. So this is anything that represents the narcissist energetically. So for example, you may be checking out their social media profile. Even though you will never have contact with that person, or so you think or say, you're still looking at their profile, or maybe you're driving by their home to check out what cars are parked at their place. Maybe you're talking to people in the background who know the narcissist to try to get information. You are breaking no contact. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell yourself you're having no contact when you're touching the poison and poisoning yourself. And you know that you're poisoning yourself because you really feel it in your body. You feel like your energy is sucked out. You feel yourself obsessing again. You feel yourself triggered and experiencing bouts of CPTSD. And you can barely function in your now necessities, let alone rebuild and get on with your life, because your life force is getting sucked into this trauma bond that you still have with the narcissist, because you're breaking no contact energetically and emotionally. And let's get very, very clear. Narcissists are psychic vampires. This is a spiritual battle for your soul. What does that mean? It means your emotional, energetic self, which is the expression and the life force of your inner being. And this is what the narcissist has captured in a trauma bond, is your psychic, spiritual, emotional, energetic self. So even if you're not having physical contact with this person, the narcissist is still sucking your life force through this trauma bond and getting a feed. And I promise you this is true. I've seen the evidence of this more times than you could even imagine. And you feel it. You literally feel like there is a hose in your inner being sucking out your life force every time you read their profile. Every time you go to an old email that they wrote to you, or you read a birthday card. So no contact means you go no contact with these things. You block their profiles so you can't view them. You delete the numbers of people that you're tempted to talk to try and check up on them. You throw away those old letters and cards, burn them, so that they are not there hovering around, tempting you. Because your ego can play tricks on you. Just one more time. I'm just going to read that text message one more time. I'm just going to look at the profile one more time. I'm going to look at that memorabilia one more time. It's kind of like a person trying to give up cigarettes, and I'll have a cigarette one more time. I'll quit tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. But this one more time is dire when it comes to a narcissist, because often the breaking of no contact happens because of these energetic, sneaky contacts that we can trick ourselves into doing. We might give ourselves the excuse of, I need to try and work out who's close to the narcissist through their profile, who's with me, who's against me, who are their minions, what's the narcissist up to legally. And this is the kind of excuses we give ourselves. Kind of like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. However, in this spiritual battle for your soul, every time you take the poison, you're getting poisoned. You're also increasing the trauma bond, which means you'll be triggered into obsession, the unhealed, as yet, inability to get resolution, to move on, which means that you are putting yourself at grave risk of not just a completely stunted recovery, but also going back to the narcissist literally. Because when you indulge in information, when you go looking for things, you're going to get triggered into all sorts of trauma, fear, anxiety, loss, injustice, incensed, and then try to force the narcissist to give you some form of resolution, even though it never comes. So please understand, not communicating or not responding is not enough. True no contact means you don't touch their energy. You don't touch anything connected to them. That you literally go cold turkey. You detox, you let go, you clean out. Because that's how you're going to take your soul back. And that's how you're going to be able to start healing. So, if you have to have so-called contact with a narcissist because of co-parenting, or you work with them, or you've got unresolved court stuff, then set up third-party channels. Very important. So you have intermediaries, which may be your solicitor, which could be you have a communication hub in regard to the children, like our family wizard. You have parenting orders in place. For pickups, you have that at some type of facility where you don't have to see each other. You organise that in some way. So you have strict boundaries. And please look up parallel parenting. You can Google my name and check that out, because that's going to help you understand how you can do no contact whilst you're sharing a parenting experience with a narcissist. And it's beyond powerful, and it can be done. So no contact is vital for you to heal, and that's why it is so important to get it right. But please be very clear that no contact alone is actually not going to heal you, no more than leaving a disaster scene where you've got really smashed up in every way. Leaving the scene and getting away from it is not going to heal you. You still have to heal the trauma, the breakdown that you experienced. And this is absolutely no different. Now, when you do go no contact and you get away, people are shocked with what I call aftershock. And you certainly don't heal straight away, because what happened last week, last month, and last year, now that you're no longer in the battle of survival, you have the space and the time for it all to hit you. And you often are going to feel worse before you feel better. And what happens is the obsession and the trauma bond, which is a literal addiction to a narcissist, gets highly activated. You can't stop thinking about them. You want to keep trying to stay in contact even though it's destroying you. You think you're going crazy. You think this person has completely psychically vandalized you like some crazy disease, because they feel like they're crawling around under your skin, in your head, in your heart. And it feels at times desperate, unbreakable, and unhealable. And it can also feel like the only way to get out of this torture is to go back or to keep breaking no contact. It's crazy. That's what trauma bonds do. So this is the vital time where you're getting the energetic focus and bond off the narcissist and taking back your soul, your spirit, your sanity, your life force by finally getting that relationship healed up to wholeness with your own inner soul and your own inner spirit, which is you, which is what is controlling and generating your entire life. And that's what the narcissist captured and hijacked. So this is why quantum inner tools are a lot more powerful, core, soul, spirit based than just the logical things that you're trying to learn or read or do. And they're very effective in this whole process of holding no contact, surviving the aftershock, getting the focus off the narcissist, and getting your soul and your spirit back, which is not only about finally severing the trauma bond with the narcissist, it's also about being able to reprogram your inner soul and spirit so that you're no longer going to play out unconscious, traumatic, toxic relationship patterns, that you will have elevated and graduated to a level free of those, where you're going to be able to make, maintain, and generate healthier choices and relationships. And that's the work I'm really passionate about. So I'm going to put up a link with this video that will help get you connected to the program that I use and that thousands of others in this community have used to effectively hold no contact. And we provide all sorts of coaching and support with that in this wonderful community about everything I've talked about today, plus more. And so that you can finally heal and not just survive, but thrive as a result of this. So I hope today's no contact has been really helpful for you. And it's my greatest wish and desire that it has been. And I can't wait to talk to you about more videos soon. and more topics that are really important to you. So until the next one, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving, because there is nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.